15 restaurant chains facing an uncertain future. We all love a good meal out. Whether it's a casual burger joint or a fancy steakhouse, restaurants are where we celebrate, commiserate, and just generally stuff our faces with things we'd be hard-pressed to make at home. But behind the sizzling plates and cheerful servers, the restaurant industry is facing a perfect storm of challenges. Soaring food costs, labor shortages, and the lingering hangover of a global pandemic. It's enough to make even the most seasoned restaurateur reach for the antacids. And while some chains are weathering the storm, others are finding themselves taking on water faster than they can bail it out. From dwindling locations to whispers of bankruptcy, these restaurant chains are staring down the barrel of a very real possibility, becoming nothing more than a nostalgic memory. Dickey's Barbecue Pit, from pitmaster to pitiful. Remember when Dickey's was the undisputed king of barbecue? Yeah, well, turns out even kings can get dethroned. Dickey's, once the largest barbecue chain in the U.S., is now facing a mountain of debt and a whole lot of empty tables. They've already shuttered nearly 100 locations, and rumors of bankruptcy are swirling faster than a rotisserie chicken. Some say Dickey's took their eye off the brisket, focusing on expansion over quality. Others blame the rise of smaller, more specialized barbecue joints. Whatever the reason, one thing's for sure, Dickey's is facing a full-blown barbecue crisis. They're trying to turn things around with menu changes and a renewed focus on their slow-smoked roots. But will it be enough to save them from going up in smoke? Shake Shack, when the cost of shaking things up gets too high. Shake Shack, the darling of the better burger movement, is feeling the heat. Rising costs, particularly the ever-increasing minimum wage, have hit Shake Shack hard. They've already closed locations in California, Texas, and Ohio, and there are whispers that more closures are on the horizon. It seems even those fancy cheese-stuffed burgers can't completely offset the rising cost of doing business. Now, Shake Shack isn't going belly up anytime soon, but this recent wave of closures is a stark reminder that even the trendiest restaurants aren't immune to the harsh realities of the market. Orpan sinking under the weight of empty seats. Orpan, the seafood chain known for its Cheddar Bay biscuits, is in deep water. The pandemic hit them hard, and they've been struggling to stay afloat ever since. They've closed nearly half of their locations, and their stock prices are about as appealing as a week-old fish. Now, Orpan is trying to right the ship with new menu items and a focus on takeout and delivery. White Castle, more than just sliders in a funk. White Castle, the OG slider joint, is facing a royal mess. Competition from other burger chains, customer service complaints, and a $17 billion lawsuit over privacy violations have left this fast food institution with more than just indigestion. They're trying to modernize their menu and improve their image, but it remains to be seen if they can regain their footing in the ever-competitive world of fast food. Whatever the reason, White Castle is facing an uphill battle. Ruth's Chris, when steak dreams turn into financial nightmares. Ruth's Chris, the upscale steakhouse chain, is learning that even the finest cuts of meat can't always weather a financial storm. Soaring meat prices and labor costs have forced them to close nearly 20% of their locations. When people start tightening their belts, those celebratory dinners at Ruth's Chris are often the first to go. They still have a loyal following of steak enthusiasts and special occasion diners. But this recent wave of closures is a sobering reminder that even the most luxurious dining experiences aren't immune to the pressures of the market. Burgerim, from burger empire to crumbling empire. Burgerim, the once promising chain that let you customize mini burgers to your heart's content, has seen a sharp decline in sales and revenue. They've been closing underperforming restaurants left and right, and their once ambitious expansion plans have been scaled back dramatically. It seems that even a mountain of toppings can't always save a burger joint from the harsh realities of the market. Buca di Beppo, the Italian chain known for its over-the-top decor and family-style portions, has filed for bankruptcy. The pandemic delivered a serious blow, and they've been struggling to recover ever since. Maybe it's the rise of fast casual Italian options, or maybe people are just tired of having to share their food. They're hoping to restructure and emerge from bankruptcy a leaner, meaner pasta-slinging machine. Denny's, the 24/7 diner chain, is facing a grand slam of challenges. Changing consumer habits, declining revenue, and the ever-increasing cost of breakfast staples have forced them to close 150 locations. Maybe it's the rise of healthier breakfast options, or maybe people are just tired of feeling slightly greasy after a Denny's visit. They're trying to modernize their menu, spruce up their locations, and appeal to a younger, more health-conscious crowd. Wendy's, the fast food chain known for its square burgers and sassy Twitter presence, is facing a wave of closures. Soaring operational costs and supply chain disruptions have made it tough for even the feistiest redhead to turn a profit. It seems those spicy nuggets and frosty treats just aren't enough to offset the rising cost of doing business. They're still a major player in the fast food game, but this recent wave of closures is a reminder that even the biggest chains aren't immune to the pressures of the market. Pancho's Mexican Buffet, from fiesta to fiasco. Pancho's Mexican Buffet, once a staple of the 80s and 90s, has dwindled from hundreds of locations to a mere 2 remaining outposts in Texas. The rise of fast casual Mexican chains, changing tastes, and perhaps a few too many health code violations have all contributed to Pancho's downfall. It's a cautionary tale of what can happen when a restaurant chain fails to adapt to the times. Subway going from eat fresh to eat your heart out, competitors. Subway, the sandwich chain that once boasted more locations than any other restaurant in the world, has been abruptly closing hundreds of stores, leaving employees and communities blindsided. The rise of customizable salad chains, increased competition from other sandwich shops, and perhaps a general weariness with the smell of baking bread have all contributed to Subway's woes. It's a stark reminder that even the biggest giants can stumble. Jimmy John's freaky fast decline. Jimmy John's, the sandwich chain known for its freaky fast delivery, is facing a serious slowdown. High food costs, increased competition from other delivery services, and perhaps a general fatigue with the phrase freaky fast have all taken their toll. When even the promise of a pickle can't save you, you know things are dire. Kentucky Fried Chicken, the Colonel's recipe for disaster. Rising chicken prices, increased competition from other fried chicken joints, and perhaps a growing awareness that fried food isn't exactly a health food have all contributed to KFC's woes. The Colonel is probably spinning in his grave, but hopefully it's just a slow rotisserie spin. Baskin-Robbins melting down under pressure. Baskin-Robbins, the ice cream chain with 31 flavors, has been forced to close 297 locations. The high cost of ingredients, increased competition from artisanal ice cream brands, and perhaps a growing awareness that sugar isn't exactly a health food have all contributed to Baskin-Robbins' meltdown. Dunkin' running on empty. Dunkin', the coffee and donut chain that once fueled our mornings, has closed 800 locations since 2020. The rise of specialty coffee shops, increased competition from other fast food chains, and perhaps a growing awareness that we don't need a donut with our morning coffee have all contributed to Dunkin's decline. So there you have it, a glimpse into the precarious state of the restaurant industry and the 15 chains fighting to stay afloat. It's a tough business, and the challenges are real. But amidst the closures and the financial struggles, there's a glimmer of hope. These chains are adapting, innovating, and fighting to stay relevant in a rapidly changing market. If you have a favorite spot from our list, consider visiting while you still can. Show your support, share your memories. Thank you for watching.